Hey, what's up guys? Growin The Hobby coming back to you guys with another video. A video that I wish I was not making today to show to everybody, but I figure my lesson learned, I should pass this information on to everybody else out there because this is a real problem in the hobby today. First time it's ever happened to me. So you guys are going to have to bear with me. It's not really a break today. I mean, we will break something in the end though, and I have no idea what's in it. We'll break that together here, but a little bit of a story for you guys. So I was scammed. I was absolutely scammed via a trade through Instagram. I've done many trades on Instagram and stuff through, a couple of different channels, not just this channel here, but my personal account and stuff like that. Never had an issue before trading anybody. And granted, you have to put a lot of trust into the person that you're trading with. I understand this to get the deals done and stuff like that. But I've had nothing but success, nothing but good stories, really honest sellers. And I mean, I'm talking big, money cards that people could have ripped me off for. Obviously there could have been legal routes I could have gone and stuff if they'd tried to rip me off for the big stuff. But, I acquired my PSA 10 Bowman Brady rookie that way. My PSA 9 LeBron Topps Chrome rookie that way. Via trade and stuff like that on Instagram. Never had an issue, like I said, until this one here. And I want to share this story with you guys as brief as I can, but I'm hoping that it will serve as kind of a notice for everybody out there that, unfortunately people like this do exist. Like I said, I just want to kind of pass this story on to everybody out there to beware. So in a nutshell, guys, I was approached by somebody through an Instagram trade. The guy seemed reputable and stuff like that. And he was interested in a couple of my cards and things like that. It was not going to be a money exchange at all. It was just going to be a straight up trade. He was interested in several of my cards and things like that. And anyway, he made me a fair offer at the time. It wasn't an overkill of an offer, but it was a fair offer. So we actually set up two deals. They're kind of back to back. We wanted to put it all in one deal, but we kind of work-wise and things like that kind of spaced out, and we wound up having to do two different deals. But they were, very rapid and instantaneous and stuff like that. So there was two packages coming to each of us with two kind of separate deals. In the first deal, my return was going to be a PSA 9 2011 Topps Update Mike Trout rookie card. You guys know I already have a 10 and stuff like that, but always looking to add a Trout, especially a graded one. That would be nice. So that was the first deal. In the second deal, I actually had a PSA 10 Mike Trout rookie card from 2011 update coming back. So a PSA 9 and a PSA 10 Trout, respectively, first and second package. He had sent me pictures, with his name on, like a note card and stuff with the date and everything else, trying to prove that, his cards are his. And he has them in hand, things like that. He seemed very reputable and stuff, so I was willing to go ahead and to set up this deal with him. And we kind of did a back and forth and stuff for, a couple days on this and stuff like that. We finally kind of sealed the deal with the stuff that he wanted back in return. And he was kind of excited about, a bunch of my different cards. And he was actually already inquiring about a third trade. And I actually said, I'd be game. And luckily we didn't do it. But it was weird because it was actually his doing. He said, let's hold off on, kind of the third trade off. And let's wait to see, that we both get our packages safely, with our trades, and then we'll go ahead and set up the third trade, and we can work together again in the future because he's hoping to have a relationship moving forward and stuff like that. So I said, okay, everything sounds great. He gave me an address in Bourbon, Missouri. Said that's his mailing address and everything else. He shipped. He did one of these pre-printed labels. I'll show you this, guys, right here. I'm going to show you the packages in a minute, but you guys can see. I've weighed out everything I could. I thought about just leaving all his info up there and stuff like that, but I decided against it. He is Frank from Bourbon, Missouri, though, and from this point on, let's just refer to him as Scumbag because that's what he is. Kind of a pre-printed, postage label and stuff like that through USPS. And we will get into this momentarily. One of these things here, the 3 ounces and stuff, that actually comes into play, I believe. But he did the pre-printed label, sent me a picture of that, so I had tracking already. I went and I mailed it. Both packages myself in good faith to him with tracking and stuff like that. Gave him tracking immediately. We both checked each other's tracking. They both came back legit. It was shown that mine was on the way. It was shown a delivery date and all that stuff like that. Everything looked great, and everything should be good. So I'm just kind of waiting for the package to come. I'm checking the tracking, and lo and behold, it says it is delivered. and the package is not at my house, but it was, had nothing to do with the actual scam. It wound up just going to the next door neighbor's house. It was given to me, luckily, pretty much instantaneously, rather than later than day or the next day, thankfully. And when I got the package, this is the package that I received, guys, the one I just showed you here momentarily. Again, I whited out, my name and address and stuff, and the rest of his name and address and stuff. Like I said, it's just Frank from Bourbon, Missouri, aka Scumbag. And, this is what was sent to me. And it's really tough to tell on camera. I've opened this. I'm going to show you guys what's in this here momentarily. And things are going to get interesting on this video. But this is what was sent to me, and I could tell immediately from feeling this, there was no slabbed card in this whatsoever. And as a matter of fact, you could bend the kind of little package in here that was felt like the size of an index card. So I'm like, what is going on here? This is not good. It's definitely seeming shady. Let's hurry up and get this in and open it up. So I did. I opened this up, and I'll show you guys exactly what we got in here. Nothing else in this envelope whatsoever, no letter, no nothing like that. This was sealed, okay? So you actually went to the trouble of sealing this bag. I tore this open to see what it was, even though I knew it wasn't a slab card. There's no way this is a slab card. You can tell. I opened this thing up after I break the seal, and this is what I pull out, guys. Pokemon. And I'm going to assume these are not $1 million cards. This had nothing to do with the trade whatsoever. And I'm like, why did he even mail me, these cards, in all honesty? If he was going to scam me, why did he just not send me an empty, kind of envelope, just something with tracking or whatever and stuff like that? Well, I pieced that together, and like I said, if these are $1 million cards, let me know. Maybe I'm completely wrong about this guy and, whatever, but I don't think I am. That's where this comes into play. It took me a little bit to figure this out. So, the 0 pounds 3 ounces that are there, the reason these cards are in here, he pre-printed this label, like I said, from home, guys. Isn't it ironic that the average weight of a PSA slab with a card is 3 ounces? So that's kind of interesting. So, he can kind of say that he sent me, and here's my proof, I sent a guy the package, had the 3 ounces, which is what a PSA card weighs and stuff, and, he's lying, and he threw this in there. Well, no, guys, I didn't. And I can actually prove that to you guys here today as well, because, like I said, we were doing a 2-package deal. We're going to get to that momentarily. Let me tell you how this ended, though, very quickly. So as soon as I opened that up and saw it, I'm like, you son of a gun. I sent him a message, and I just said real nice, left it at that, and I was just basically kind of, pouting and, PO'd and stuff like that, and I'm like, crap, he got me. It really sucks and stuff like that. But then I thought, for the heck of it, what if I call my local post office and just see if there's anything they can do? So I did. I called them. They know me there. I said, hey, it's me. I told them what was going on and stuff like that. I checked the tracking number prior to calling them, actually, on the package I had mailed him, because I knew he was going to get my first package that day, I believed, and the second package was about a day behind for both of us. And I checked his tracking, and it said it was out for delivery, but it had not yet been delivered. So I told this to my post office. They said I could do what's called a package intercept on USPS website. We'll talk about how you do that later on, but they said I could do that for the second package because that one obviously hadn't been, arrived at their post office in Missouri. But they told me, why don't I just try to look up the guy's zip code, stuff like that. Call that local post office, see if there's anything I can do. I do this, and I find this post office. I call the post office, talk to the guy. He picks up the phone. I tell him everything that's going on. He feels terrible for me. He says, yeah, let me look it up. He looks it up because I have a tracking number, and he tells me it's out for delivery with the courier, but has not yet been delivered. And keep in mind, Missouri from Pittsburgh is 1 hour behind, so that actually really came into play. That 1 hour benefited me greatly. And so anyway, he says, yeah, what we could try to do is get a hold of the courier to see if we could just stop them in transport, get your package back and stuff like that. But the problem is, this is the P.O. box part of the post office. The way it's set up here is you have to call a different, part of our post office. They're off-site and stuff like that. And, just give him a call. He gave me the number. Real nice guy. I call this post office. Nobody picks up. It rings like 20 times. And it just says voicemail is full. You can't even leave a message. I call it several times and get this. I call back the original post office in Missouri, the P.O. box post office. Speak to the guy again. I tell him what's up. And he says, that post office is severely understaffed. They have normally like one worker on, and if they have a customer or if they're on the other line, stuff like that, they're just not going to be able to get to you. You have to just keep calling and calling and trying. They don't have a voicemail and none of that stuff. So I'm basically handcuffed. I start calling this post office again and again and again. I call for 45 straight minutes. I get nothing. Nothing at all. And I'm calling back to the other post office, the P.O. box part of the post office. They're not even answering at this point. So I'm like, crap, what do I do? Because I know I'm playing the time game here, trying to get this package before it gets to this guy. I know it's going to be there any minute. I decide to look up the local police department, which is the city of Bourbon, Missouri. Call them. They were not helpful whatsoever. It just went to a voicemail. Nobody answered. And said if you wanted to speak to an officer, you had to press this number. I did that. It actually connected me to the 911 call center. I told the call taker what was going on. I just wanted an officer to return my call. She refused to do it. She said their officers do not return calls, to somebody like that out of state or anything like that. I needed to file my own police reports and things like that and have them reach out to them, get the local police to reach out to them. And I knew it was just not going to happen in time. So I said, okay, thanks a lot, whatever, and I'll just go back to calling the post office. So I start calling this post office again and again and again, and I'm about to give up 35 more minutes of this, and I swear to you guys, I was going to give it one more ring, and as I was about to hang up and then redial for the last try, a girl picks up, says hi. I was, flabbergasted that anybody answered after, well after an hour and 15 minutes, hour and a half of calling. Told her what was going on. She says, let me put you on hold because I see that package hasn't been delivered yet. And she comes back on the phone a minute later. I talked to the courier. Courier was able to stop it. He was actually on the guy's street, about to deliver the package within minutes. Stopped it. He's going to bring the post office, the package back to the post office. They'll get it back to me in the mail because luckily I had a return address on there. They will send it back to me. Just do a return to sender kind of thing. They felt terrible about it. And they made a note for the other package that's coming because they pulled it up in tracking and hadn't arrived at their post office. They were going to go ahead and, try to intercept that for me, but she couldn't guarantee it. I told her about the postal intercept, and she did advise me to go ahead and do that if it was a high, value kind of cards and stuff coming in the mail, and I advised her it was. So she said I would go ahead and spend the few dollars to do that. And the way that you do that, guys, just to throw that out there, a postal intercept, if you just search that on USPS's website, if you ever have an issue in the future, it will cost you. It cost me like $15, I think it was, to intercept it. But what it does is when you pay that with as long as you have tracking and a return address, when it gets to the local post office where it's going to be delivered, when they scan it, it shows to return to sender, do an intercept and stuff like that. So I was able to do that. I knew I was safe with that package, and she guaranteed me the postal carrier was bringing back package number 1. So this guy did not get me, lo and behold. Now, to kind of conclude this out, and where this is going to get interesting right here on video for both of us, is, this guy had the nerve to send me a message a couple days later when he realized he wasn't getting his package. And he basically said, why did you stop delivery of the packages, you scammer? Calling me a scammer. And it took everything in my power to bite my tongue, not tell him off and everything else. But I chose the high road, and I'm like, what, I'm not going to even get into this. So, I didn't do that. And to throw out there, guys, before we show you here the final part of this video, what's interesting to me, and, we're going to see together what's interesting here. I really was going to make this video and just show the guy's name, address, give you guys his email, or not email account, but eBay account, because he actually has an eBay kind of store, and also his Instagram handle and stuff like that. But, I chose against it, in all honesty, because, again, it's like a he said, she said kind of thing. He can just deny this because he's going to say, 3 ounces, it was mailed, and I just emptied it out. Well, no, I didn't, guys, and I can prove that here momentarily. So I chose to just leave his first name and the city where he's from, and if anybody thinks about doing a trade with Frank from Bourbon, Missouri, I would strongly recommend against that, or reach out to me, because I will gladly, match up the info and tell you if that's indeed a scammer, because I somehow believe that this is probably not the first time this clown's pulled this. And now how I can prove this, how about this, guys? A couple days later, he, of course, didn't stop his package. So guess what? We got his second package. It came in the mail. And guess what? I chose to not open it, guys. This is exactly how it's arrived. It's sealed still, everything, the whole 9 yards, and it is magically showing 3 ounces once again. This one feels actually a little bit heavier, but it's showing 3 ounces. I thought we'd open it on camera together. I can absolutely tell you there's no slab in here whatsoever, and the cards are flexible again. I'm betting it's another kind of one of those black bags with Pokemon cards. But yeah, absolutely sealed. And let's just open this together on camera to see if I have a PSA 10 Mike Trout rookie card in here, which I highly doubt that I do. but maybe I'm completely wrong. Oh, look at this. So this time, wow, we actually got an envelope. How about this? This could be interesting. Look at this, guys. We got an envelope. Very interesting. And, oh, what's he saying? I have bad breath or what? Or maybe he knows I like gum. He gave me a 4-pack of Juicy Fruit. How nice of him. So not even Pokemon cards this time. Juicy Fruit. And let's just take a look. There you go. Completely empty envelope. So we got some Juicy Fruit from Scumbag and an envelope. I can only imagine what's in here. I am sure it's going to be great. I wonder if it's a letter telling me off or something. Oh, no, look. How about this, guys? Oh, isn't this nice of him? He went ahead and sealed... I doubt this is a... You know what? Maybe this is a Charizard. One of those short printed ones that's worth $10,000 or something. No, but you know what? It is shiny. It's a Sandaconda. Yep. Sandaconda, there we go. I'm sure that's at least a $5,000 card. But yeah, there you go. Hey, at least this time some Juicy Fruit. I'll get some use out of that. I wonder if it's expired. No, it's actually still good, August 22. So isn't that nice of him? Yeah, a.k.a. Mr. Scumbag Frankie from Bourbon, Missouri. You are a real POS. And, you know, like I said, guys, it's not just a video to sort of expose him. I want you guys to be able to learn from this, you know. A couple of things, you know, to just take home with this. You know, obviously, one, use caution. One, making trades with anybody. Two, try to go with somebody reputable that you know you can guarantee they've completed a lot of trades and maybe got feedback, things like that. Three, you know, keep in mind the postal intercept. Even if you do a trade, you know, honestly, I'm not telling you this for malicious reasons, but just keep that in mind if you need to get a package back if something like this happens to you, because I had no idea about it until today. So, you know, postal intercept saved my life on top of, you know, spazzing out and calling around and getting a hold of the local post office and, you know, stopping it by mere moments. He absolutely would have just had me, guys. He would have had me, and I almost just chalked up my losses, which would have been in the thousands for the trade and stuff, so that would have really just sucked. You know, it still cost me money in the end, to be honest, guys. I mean, I paid the $17 or whatever it was for the intercept. I paid the, I don't know what it was, probably $7 for each of the 2 packages I mailed. So, you know, 14 there plus the 17, 31 bucks. And, you know, the 31 bucks got me a nice little stack of Pokemon cards and some Juicy Fruit. So, not my idea of a great value, but I guess at least I got something back. But yeah, guys, like I said, I mean, obviously, you know, it's hard to say because everybody can nitpick and say I did this or did that wrong and stuff. And, you know, the problem, probably a lot of it is that I'm just too trusting and stuff. And I'm not saying that, you know, take advantage of me, please. But, you know, I try to have faith in people in the hobby and stuff like that. And obviously this guy's completely in it to just be a scumbag and try and rip people off and stuff, you know. And I'm trying to be good-hearted and, you know, I'm all about the hobby. I really am. Like the channel says, Growin The Hobby. So, you know, I'm trying to make a couple of nice trades, add to my PC, trade up for other cards, things like that, give people back what they want in the trade. And, you know, this one definitely came back to bite me. So I'm sorry that was an 18-minute story with not much to show other than, you know, the packages from the Scumbag there. But if even one person gets any value out of this video, I'm happy I put it out there because, you know, these rip-offs go on every day. It's probably not going to be the last time I'm even ripped off, to be honest with you. But you know what? If this helps somebody that was ripped off or helps somebody from being ripped off, you know, I'm glad I made this video and got it out there. And, you know, once again, like I said, guys, I'm not putting him on blast because I'm not putting his actual physical address out there, Instagram, or any of that stuff like that. But Frank from Bourbon, Missouri, if anybody's thinking about making a trade with somebody named that, please reach out to me. I implore you, because I can confirm or deny that person is a total scumbag and going to rip you off. So, yeah. So like I said, guys, it sucks to put out a video like this. I hate doing it, but like I said, I'm trying to help out anybody that I can, spread out the knowledge that I can and stuff like that, and anything I come across to hopefully prevent more things like this in the future, or at least prevent a couple. All right, guys, please do me a favor, like, subscribe, share, click that bell notification button to be notified of future videos. Lots more of them coming to you guys. As always, in the description below, you can find my email address, mailing address, and Instagram handle. That is if you want to reach out for trades and stuff like that. But please don't be a Frankie scumbag from Bourbon, Missouri. All right, guys. Other than that, have a great day, a great night wherever you all are at, and we will see you next time.